Hey guys, we're back. Sorry for the disconnection there with the internet, but as we were talking about, the cotangent squared x did give me a big green check. I'm sorry you didn't get the satisfaction of seeing the big green check, but it was the correct answer. So we'll move on to the third problem in the third section, okay, which is reciprocal trig identities. So essentially what you're trying to do is you are just trying to simplify this down to a single trig function with no denominator. So we will break this apart, take this into tangent squared theta times 1 over sine squared theta. Turn everything and anything you can into a sine or cosine. So tangent, this is the this will be the quotient identity here, will be sine squared over cosine squared. That's still multiplying by sine squared theta. So you're going to get your sine squares to cancel out. Scoop that up. So we're going to be left with 1 over cosine squared theta. And here's where the reciprocal identity comes in. So if you have your identities close by, reciprocal, let's see, 1 over cosine right there is secant. So this is going to be secant squared theta. That is going to give us a big green check. So let's see if we can get the internet to cooperate for us this time. Okay, hopefully you guys can see this okay. Secant, gonna raise that. Come on, shift, squared, down to a theta. Let's see, get the keyboard. This should give me, well, you guys probably know where the theta is. There's pi. Oh, there it is right there, theta. And we'll give it a go. And voila, there's our third green check of the day. Oops, sorry about that. Move that back a little bit. Oh, I know what happened. It got knocked down. All right, so that was problem number 3. Let's check out the next section. All right, next section is going to be more reciprocal identities. This time it says alternate. So let's see what the problem. Oh, this is a multiplication problem. I'm sorry, it's multiple choice. So they're giving me 1 plus tangent squared x, and they want us to match it. All right. So these are going to come in real handy. So there's tangent squared theta plus 1 right there. So this identity that they're asked us to do right here, tangent squared plus 1 equals secant squared. That's going to be it. So this is just a matching problem. So let's see. Let's try to match this up. So we're looking for a secant squared x. And so that would be right there. We'll give it a go. So yes, sir. There it is. Big green check. So we are 4 for 4. Okay. Let's check out the 5th section. 5th section is going to be trig equations with radians. Trig equations with radians. Okay. See what the problem looks like. All right, so between 0 and 2 pi, give all the answers, which means it's going to be more than one answer. So we have cotangent x minus 1 equals 0. Okay. Hopefully you're keeping a good unit circle close by so you can figure out what all your answers are. It's always good to keep that nearby. All right, so cotangent x equals 1. So we will reciprocate to get it to tangent x equals 1. So when you reciprocate 1, you still get 1, so that's pretty simple. So now we got to find all the places on the unit circle where your tangent is 1. So it's going to be pi over 4 and 5 pi over 4. These two places will give you a tangent and a cotangent of 1. So that would be pi over 4 and 5 pi over 4. Let's go put that into our answer. I've had lots of people over time ask me how to get more than one answer. So over here, there is a plus button, so you can put more answers in. And it looks like there's our pi button. They gave it to us conveniently, divided by 4 and 5 pi divided by 4. Now, I'm guessing if you don't have both of those answers, it's going to give you a red x. So make sure you get all the answers from the unit circle that are going to satisfy that equation. Okay, next section. Next section is radian trig equations level 1. So this is going to be pretty similar to what we just did. Pretty similar to what we just did. So once again, they want everything that's going to satisfy the equation on the unit circle. Tangent x minus square root 3 equals 0. So we add the square root of 3. Okay, it's positive, so again we're in first and third quadrant. Square root of 3 here. Square root of 3 here. So it'll be 4 pi over 3 and pi over 3. These two right here will give us that answer. So pi over 3, 4 pi over 3. So I'm going to type those in. Let's see, it doesn't look like this time they gave us the pi. So we're going to have to go into the keyboard to get pi. Pi is going to be down here. Pi divided by 3 and 4 pi divided by 3. Here it is. Moving right along. Hopefully some of this is coming back to you. Okay, moving along into our 7th section, which is angle, sum, and difference. Angle, sum, and difference. Now this section, you actually got 4 problems because this is the stuff that we did on the Thursday before spring break, and a lot of people didn't do these problems. So you got more problems here than you had in any other section. So it says sine of A is 4/5. Tangent of B is 24/7. It says find sine A plus B. Okay, so scoot that up a little bit. You need 2 triangles. A triangle, and B triangle. Follow the information that they give you. Sine of A is 4 over 5. The tangent of B is 24 over 7. Now these are both Pythagorean triples. This will have a 3 here. You get a 25 over there. So the sine formula, sine of A plus B, is the sine of A cosine of B plus cosine of A sine of B. And for the most part, we should be able to put this into a calculator to come up with the value. But I'll write it all out before we put it into the calculator. All right, sine of A, they gave it to us. That's 4/5. Cosine of B over here is 7 over 25. Add that to the cosine of A, which will be 3/5, 3 over 5. And the sine of B, which is 24 over 25. Okay, so we should be able to put that straight into the calculator. Don't know if you can see that. Let's see. I'll move it over here. That's going to be a little bit better right there. All right, so we'll type this in. 4/5 times 7/25 plus 3/5 times 24/25. And it gives me 0.8, which we can turn into a fraction called 4/5. I could not tell you what Delta Math wants, but 4/5 should work. Okay. I don't like that light. So we'll punch this in. 4 divided by 5. Submit. Yes. There it is. Yay us. Good job, guys. Thanks for your help. We got one more. We got a tangent problem. This is the 8th section. 4 problems down here in this tangent angle sum and difference on the tangent problems. So we have sum and difference. These are the tangent problems. All right, last section. So they gave us tangent of A is 12 over 35. Sine of B, 15 over 7. This is all stuff that's all in the problem on Delta Math. And it's asking us to find the tangent of A plus B. Now, you may have to look up, hopefully you have the sum and difference formulas written down from last Thursday, the 12th. The 2nd, April 2nd. So you may have to go and look those up. All right, a couple of first quadrant triangles. Get some information here. Tangent, 12 over 35. Sine, 15 over 17. Now these are Pythagorean triples. However, I don't know what they are. So we'll do a quick Pythagorean theorem. 12 squared plus 35 squared. Take that square root. So 37 over here. And I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but 17 squared minus 15 squared is going to give us an 8 down there on the bottom. So that's some Pythagorean theorem. So we can finish off this triangles. Now, the tangent A plus B, that formula is tangent A plus tangent B, 1 minus, and then down the bottom the tangents are multiplied. And these are formulas that were given to you on Thursday, April 2nd. So you might have to go back and look at those. Look those up. All right, let's plug and chug. Tangent of A is 12 over 35. With the tangent of B, it's 15 over 8. 1 minus, same two fractions. That's a plus on the top. I just wrote down, I had a minus sign here. I just fixed that to a plus. 12 over 35 times 15 over 8. And yes, if you have a multi-view calculator, you should be able to type that right in if you know how to press all the buttons right. So start with the fraction. Fraction on top, 12 over 35 plus fraction, 15 over 8, 1 minus fraction, 12 35ths times 15 over 8. You don't have to come out at that point, but it looks like 621 over 100. 621 over 100. All right, let's plug that into Delta Math, and we are out of here. $621 divided by 100. Submit. Yes, sir. Boom, there it is. So that's a nice review, guys, of what we did before spring break. 20 problems on the stuff that was done before spring break. On Tuesday, we're going to cover double and half angle identities. We will review again on Wednesday, test on Thursday, and you get a nice 3-day break. Okay? So you've got 20 Delta Math problems that should be in your inbox by 8 a.m. this morning. You guys have a great afternoon. Remember, I am available to you from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. You just have to ask a question. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you later.